Hello everyone, welcome back. Now that we've created our key measures, the total patients, the total treatment cost, the average treatment cost. So change this one to average treatment cost. Change it from average billing amount to average treatment cost. Okay, I'll click on OK. Now instead of average of length of stay, I'll change it to average length of stay. Remove the off from there and click on OK. So we've changed that. So after creating your measures, the next step is to use these measures to answer the real business questions. Remember, dashboards are not built first. Insights come before data visualization. So before we design any chart or any dashboard, we must understand what the data is telling us. That means we must get the insight. So we're going to use pivot table. So in this healthcare analysis, the management team wants answer to these questions. I mean, the patient volume trend. They want to see trend in total patients. Is it increasing or decreasing over time? They also want to see how the patient numbers differ by age group, by gender, admission type, and hospital. So these questions help executives make decisions around staffing, budgeting, and patient care improvement. Remember, the goal of every data analysis work is to make informed decisions. So to answer these questions, guys, we are still going to use a pivot table. Remember, pivot table, that's what we use in creating these measures. So pivot table basically in Excel allow us to summarize large data set quickly, honestly. So the first thing we want to answer is a patient by year. That's the trend. From the question we have here, they say trend. And remember, when they say trend, they want to see how your data is changing over time. That's what trend means. So here they want to see how patient volume is changing. You can have revenue trend. That means you want to see how revenue is changing over time. You can have a profit trend. You want to see how profit is changing over time. But in our own case here, we have patient volume trend. You want to see how the patient volume is changing, how the patient numbers is changing over time. Now guys, let's answer using pivot table. So what you just need to do here, remember I said you are going to use one pivot table for one question. So I'll copy the existing pivot table here. I'll have it pasted here. I want to use this second one. So you can see this one is still blinking. You can just click on escape so that you can focus on this. Now what you're gonna do, guys, here, you're gonna place the hospital name. You place the year, because we want to do yearly trend. So you look for year, that should be under dates of admission. You can drag the date of admission to, you place it to row. Once you place it, you have it. And total patient, remember we already have it in values. So you can see that it immediately shows which year undo the which year do we have the most do we have the most patients. So you can sort, but since it is trend, you don't need to sort, please, because we want to see how it's changing from 2019 to 2014. And if you look here, click here on this plus, you can see you can drill to the next level, which is quarter. And if you want to see the month inside the quarter too, you can also get the monthly analysis. You can also get daily analysis, but we don't need that. Remember, we are doing yearly trend. So what I'm going to do from here, guys, is I'll just stick to only click on the minus to leave it at yearly trend. So we've answered the question, and from here now you can see that it's fluctuating. It is fluctuating. You can see it's, from 2019 there's an increase, and 2020, then 2020 to 2021 too, there's a drop, there's another increase. So it's fluctuating. It's fluctuating. So that is the pattern we can see from there. So that's the insight we can get from there. And the current year, which is 2024, we can see that we have the list number of patients. Now guys, that's it. We've answered the first questions. We can call this one yearly trend. That's yearly trend. Now the next question, guys, we also want to break down total number of patients by age group. Remember, we calculated the age group column the last time, so I'll still do the same thing. I'm still using this KPI. I'll just have to copy, then I'll paste it here so that you can escape. Then you can now go here and make use of what you want to do. Age group, right? So look for age group here. You can search if you have many columns. So drag age group, you place it to row, So you see what we have there. So this one now we can sort, if you wish, we can sort so that we can see the age group with the highest number of highest number of patients, and you can see that it is 71 and above. Most patients are of the age range of they are greater than 71. They're greater than 71. So we can call this one patient by patients by age group. We've answered another question. So the next question we want to answer, guys, is also breaking down total number of patients by by gender. So you see that it's very easy analyzing data using pivot table. So now I'll come here again and take gender to row. So you see which gender has the highest here. I think I will have more of male. It's not that much when compared with the female, but you can see we can sort from largest to smallest. So male come first. So if you sort this one too, you are going to have the 71 and above come first. So this one will be patient by gender. Patient by gender. Now, guys, the next question says we want to do admission type. We want to analyze total number of patients by admission type. So I'll just have to come here, copy again. Let's shift here. Admission type, you look for it here, then you also drag it to where? To row. So you see you can also sort this. Let's see largest to smallest. Elective admission type, we'll have it more. Have patient. Now this one will be, you can rename it patient by admission type, guys. So we've answered the questions. We still have other questions. Cost and duration stay. What is driving the average treatment cost? I think we did that already. We got the average treatment cost. We also got the average day patient spend in the hospital. We can see on average the answer to that is 16 days. You know, at this stage we are not thinking about charts yet. We are still thinking about the answers. I think we're getting the answers we needed already. So let's go back to the question. Hospital performance. Which hospitals have the highest or lowest patient volumes and why? So guys, we need to analyze patient by hospital. So we need to for that we can get the insights as regards the hospital that handles the highest patient volume. So let's go there. So I have to copy and we can have this here, guys. Paste it here. So they drag hospital to rows. Okay, perfect. So let's see the company. They have a lot of there are a lot of hospitals here, guys. So that means we need to make use of the top 5 hospital. Top 5 hospital. So how do you do that? Let's sort first. Sort largest to smallest. Since we have many hospitals in the data set, showing all of them at once would make the analysis crowded and difficult to understand, honestly. So that's why I need to sort in descending order first. So we want to keep this analysis clear, focused, and decision driven. Remember, decision driven. So we focus on the top 5 hospitals based on this the metrics, total number of patients. So after sorting the descending order, guys, you come here again and filter. Click on the hospital, and you see filter. Your interest here will be top 10. Click on that top 10. Then you have this box. So instead of, you can see that you have top here. But if you want to do bottom too, guys, you just have to click here. Then you go for bottom. But in our own case, you just leave it at top. We're not going for 10. You change it to 5. Top 5 items. Top 5 items. Items there at the hospitals by total patient. That's the metric we have there. by total patient. Then you say okay. So when you do that, you have it. So sometimes you normally do top 5 analysis when you have more, just like we have that of hospitals here. We normally make use of top 5. So when you do top 5, it's gonna reduce visual clutter. It will help executive focus on what matters most, and it will even make your comparison easier. It will improve your dashboard readability. So in real life, honestly, executive reporting, that is how we usually. So executive are more interested in best and worst performance, not a long list of what names. So sometimes we have many product names, many customers, many hospitals. Just go for what? Top 5. So in our own case now, we have top 5 hospitals, and we rank them based on total patients, and which reflects patient volume and hospital what activity. So I think that area is clear. You know when to do top 5 analysis. Now guys, we call this one patient by hospitals. That will be the title we are going to give it. Patient by hospitals. Oh, sorry. We just name it top 5 hospitals. Let's do it that way. Top 5 hospitals. Since we have reduced it to top 5, not all the hospitals are captures, so we do top 5 hospitals, guys. Okay, we've answered that too. That's clear. Move to the next question, guys. So we clearly now we've seen that LLC Smith handles the highest patient volume, followed by LTD Smith, followed by Johnson PLC, and Smith Limited, Smith PLC, and Smith Group. So those are the top 5 hospitals. Now we answer the next question, guys. We've done hospital performance. Insurance impact. Oh, sorry, medication and test result patterns. What medications are commonly administered? So we need to do total patient by what? By medication. So we have to go up and copy the metric, the pivot table here, and let's have it here. Let me go. Medical condition, right? Medication, yes, medication. So medical condition there is so you go for medical condition here, take it to row. Let's see how many do we have. If you have more, we have to reduce it to top 5. Okay, perfect. So these are what we have, and we can also sort here, largest to smallest. So you see arthritis come first, followed by diabetes, hypertension, obesity, cancer, and asthma. So this one will be patient by medication. Now guys, the next question says insurance. How does patient volume break down by insurance provider? Let's go there and go and check insurance provider. So you have to, we're still using the metric, the total patient. So come here. Now we do this against what? Against the insurance providers. So you drag this here. Let's see, do we have more insurance provider? I think we have just few. Okay, we can just sort from here, and let's the highest come first. So Cigna come first. Cigna Insurance come first. Now guys, the next question says seasonality. I think we've answered that. That's to be trend. You can check for seasonality in the data. Are there seasonal pattern in patient admission across years? So they need that insight to see if for staffing and resource planning. So we've answered the question, guys. We've answered all the questions. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, perfect. But my own that I created, that we are trying to rebuild, the one that I have here, you see that I have more questions here. I answered more questions. I think I added blood type. I also added blood type, yes, and doctors analysis. So we can also do that. Blood type, so total patient by blood type. So this one we didn't name it. Let's quickly name it. Let's call it patient by insurance provider. Okay, and this pivot table we want to use it answering what? Doctors. So you have to do doctor analysis. You take it here. So let's see how many doctors do we have here. We have a whole lot of doctors. So what we are going to do now is to sort and also reduce to top 5 doctors. So you right click on the total patients here and you do sort largest to smallest. So you see which doctor. Okay, Dr. Michael Smith. So let's reduce it to top 5. You right click here also and do filter top 10, then you change this to top 5, then okay, and we have the top 5 doctors. So we rename this one as top 5 doctors. Top 5 doctors. Right now, guys, I said we should also add the blood type, right? So blood type. Let's put it here. Drag blood type to rows, and this is what we have, guys. So you can sort this largest to smallest. So we call this one patient by blood type. So guys, we've answered all the questions. And we've gotten our insights. You can easily pick the insights you want to pick from here. We've answered the questions. So the next thing we do from here, guys, is before visualizing anything, always ask yourself 3 questions. Does the insight answer a business question? Does the insight answer what? A business question. That's one. Number 2 question, is the data clean and consistent? I think we've confirmed that, right? Can a non-technical person understand it? If the answer to all these questions is yes, then it is ready to now what? To now visualize it. I think the answer to our question is yes, because we can we've answered all the questions. This insight answer the business question. Now the data is clean and consistent. A non-technical person can also understand this. I mean, a non-technical person can say, okay, this is total patient, total treatment cost. Can see from here that okay, is increasing, is fluctuating. A non-technical person can see this yearly trend that is fluctuating, that is not increasing over time or decreasing over time. A non-technical person can see from here that 71 and above patient that of the age range of 71 and above the one who do receive most in hospitals. A non-technical person can see from here that male patient will have them more in the hospital than female patients. So guys, you need to answer those questions first before you move on to what? Visualization. Now the next thing we do from here is to visualize. We want to now because we understand the insight already, we need to now move to even before the visualization, let us do the wireframing first. There's something we call dashboard wireframing. So after understanding the insight, the next thing is always move to dashboard wireframing. And wireframing simply means planning the dashboard layout. You plan your dashboard layout on paper or mentally before building it in Excel. You know, I've planned this on paper. before now designing it this way. So this is what I mean. So you can write it or use a paper to just have a sketch. Okay, the layout, I want my total patients, the top section. Before the KPIs, I want a text box or a shape with this information. So after that, and I want my KPI. So you must plan it out. You plan the dashboard layout on paper first, or you can plan it mentally before building it in Excel. So that's what I'm trying to explain now. So the total patients, the total billing amount, or the average billing amount, and the average length of stay. So KPIs must always be visible at a glance first. So that's the first you need to do, guys. Your KPI must always be visible at a glance. Now the middle section, as you can see from here, guys, you can see that I now have the questions: the patients by hospital, the early admission trend, the top 5 doctors. So you must plan all this before building it in Excel. And you can see that the bottom section, I have other questions like admission type, patient by age group, patient by blood type. So you must plan it out. Then you can also see that I have an image of hospital here, and I have another pane here where I have the brief. If you click here now, it will take you to the brief, the business question. The data set, the insight. I have a slicer here, so that if you click here, it will show you the female analysis. Do you get? So this is what we want to do now. We want to build the dashboard. We want to do the wireframing first before the dashboard. So I'll go back here now, and now, guys, I have to open a new sheet here. Clicking on this plus, and then what I normally do is I will remove the grid lines. So if you design the wireframing first, guys, it's going to ensure that your dashboard tells a story from summary to detail. So if you structure it this way that I have structured it, I don't know, you know this structure, it ensures that the dashboard tells story from summary to details. This dashboard tells a story. So, but if you don't plan it before building it, you might not really design it well. So now I'll come here now, guys, and what I'm going to do from here now is let's design our wireframing. So the wireframing, you can do it on Excel, or you do it on PowerPoint, or you do it on what? Figma. Do you get? You see that you do it on PowerPoint, Excel, or on Figma, but I'm gonna do it on Excel. Maybe in our next project, I'll guide you on how to do it on what? On PowerPoint. Now the next thing is you come here under view, and you click on, you check this grid line, check the box. You can see that it has disappeared now, right? So now I'll come here under insert here and illustration. Then you go for shape. You see, let's go for this shape here, rectangle shape. You draw. Then you can now since we have this shape, guys, what we're gonna do next is the size of the shape. Personally, I normally use 16 by 25. So I've come here now, the height will be 16, and it depends on the number of questions. You know, I have many questions, that's why I'm using that size. But if you don't have up to that question, honestly, you can use 16 by 25. If it's much, you can reduce it later. So this one will be 25. Okay, so this is the size you want to use. The next thing, guys, will now be the color. Choice of color. Choice of color is very important, guys. Choosing your best color, the best color for your dashboard is very important. It's very important in dashboard design, especially in healthcare. Especially in healthcare. So best practice for healthcare dashboard, we normally use calm and professional colors. Blue, we normally use blue. Teal, we normally use green and gray sometimes, but avoid aggressive colors like bright red, too many contrasts. So healthcare dashboard should feel clean, should feel trustworthy and easy on the eyes. But if you know you are not that good in color, why not use white background, and maybe you can use the other color can be blue. So usually use the simple color rule is like one primary color, maybe blue, and another secondary color green. So that's okay. Then you can highlight color, you can use it sparingly, but don't use more than 3 to 4 colors in a professional dashboard. Don't use more than 3 to 4 color in a professional dashboard. Now, guys, let's change the background of this color. What colors are we gonna use? You can see in my own dashboard here, I use like I use a white background. I use a white background. So you can try and replicate that too. So let's go back here. We can use the white background too. So what I'm gonna do from here is I'll change this one to white. So how do you change it? You select it. When you select it, you can right click or you go to shape format here. This one is very easy. Shape format. After selecting it, you see shape format at the top. So you see shape fill. This is where you get to change the color. You see shape fill. Shape fill. That's where you get to change the color. If you want to use white, just like what I've done there, you can use white. Then the color that will rest on it to be blue. You see. So if you use white, that's it. Then I like apply. You can apply like a apply some shape effect. I normally remove outline. So I'll come here under shape effect. Before I remove the outline, go to shadow and apply shadow here. After applying shadow, you can now remove the shape outline. See no outline. So you see it's now. If I want to use this color, but if you want to use the color, okay, I think that's the color I use. I use white for the background. I use white, but I'm not saying that you should use I'm not mandating that you should. If you are doing your own, you should use white. You can use any other color. It's your choice. There are a lot of colors. You see, if you go to fill here, you can even see more colors. You see, this color is also nice. Now, guys, the next thing I'll do is I'll have to remember what I designed. You can see my own design. So if you want to replicate exactly what I have here or have another design, you can replicate this. So you can see that I have like a note text box at the top for writing the note. So what I'll just do is I'll come here. To do that, you can go to insert and say illustration. You see text box here. So you draw the text. So you see, and you can see that I gave it a color, like a color blue. So you have to format it. If you want to format it, you go to shape format, shape fill, then you see the color. See the color here. But if you want to use the color I use, you can use the color I use, but I'm not using that same color. Let me just use this one. See, now let's change the color. Go to shape formats. Let's use this instead. Now guys, the next thing you do from here now is to type. You want to type something there. So what I type there is what I want to put there now. Welcome admin. I think I use welcome admin. Welcome admin. So let's type it. Monitor patient metrics, billing insights, and hospital trends. In one place. And I said leverage this dashboard to track performance. And drive informed healthcare decisions. So this is what I have there. So now the next thing is I'll have to format this. I'll have to format this. So I think I use blue color. So I have to come here under the go to home, then you choose your color here. I use this blue. So you see, then I bold it, then you can change all these ones to blue. You can also bold them too. Bold. So this is what I have. So this is what I want to okay. I think it's okay this way. Okay, perfect. So now the next thing we want to do now is let's talk about the title. You know, I want to put the title at the top here. So it's your choice anyway. You can also have a title inside the dashboard. It doesn't really jig so, but I want to have it here. So to do that, you need to bring in, come again and say insert. You can bring in a new text box, guys. Then here I want to have call it healthcare report. So here also you have to bold it. I want to use this same blue color. Then guys, I want to make it, you know, it's a title, so I want to make it like 20 font. I think it's perfect. Or let's increase it to 22. Now the next thing we want to do here is you can see it come with shape fill, the color, and as well as the white background, as well as the outline. So I want to remove it and now apply shadow. So you come here, shape format, shape fill, you say no fill, that means you're removing the background color. Shape outline to no outline, but instead I'll apply shape effect, shadow. I normally use this center shadow here. So you see how it's come out now, guys. So that's it. Now the next thing I want to do here, guys, is to design the way we're gonna have our KPIs. And so the first thing I'll do here is I'll have to come here again. I'll use a shape for that. So this shape is what I'll use, rectangle shape. You draw. Draw the shape. Let's have it here, guys. Draw the shape. Okay, so you take your time to design this shape before you duplicate. We have how many KPIs? We have 4. So you need to take our time to design one first before we duplicate it into 4 places. So this 4, I want like a lighter form of blue. So I have to come here and you go for the color that we want. You can come here and pick like a very lighter form of blue, maybe something like this. I think this one is light. Then you remove the outline as usual. You come here and say no outline. See, okay, perfect. Now the next thing you're gonna do from here, guys, is you are going to, let's talk about the, I think 2 by 3.7 the height and breadth. I think it's okay. It's okay. So it's okay, guys. So now let's also apply a shadow here on the shape effect. Shadow will be this. So you see. Okay, now the next thing I want to do here, guys, is to, now the title of this will be insert. Bring in title for, that will be under shape. Text here. The first one we have here is the total patient, right? So I'll type total patient. Total patients. Take your time and design it to Control A to highlight it. You can give it this blue color. You can also bold it. Then go to shape format and remove the outline. Also remove the fill, the background color. So you can now let's go to home and reduce the font size. Maybe 10 is okay. Then I want to have it here. So this is where I want the title. So the figure, which is the callout value, I have to put it here. So you can put the value here. So I have to bring in another shape, or you duplicate the one you have there. Bring in text. You can draw it here. So this is where I want the values. I want the value inside here. I want the value inside there. So I have to take my time to also design this. So let's do one first, so that we can just duplicate it. So this one too, I want this color. I want this same color that I have here. So I have to format it, shape format, and go and use this color here. Minus 2. So we'll use this. What do you get? Should we use that shape, or we should use this shape? Okay, let's use this shape. Delete this. No, let's use the one that we were using before. Now this one too, you have to format it, remove the outline, no outline. So you see, then let's apply shadow, shape effect, then you put shadow. The center shadow is perfect. So you see, guys, now select it. Don't click as though you want to type inside, just select it first. But before you do that, because we need now to link, want to link our we want to put the values inside. Now, so to do that, you have to go back to sheet 1 here where you have your reports. You can name this one reports. Then you need to bring all these ones from pivot, bring them out from pivot table first. Click on equals to, then select the value, enter. But in the case of doing that, the price of doing that, we have lost the format. The comma is not there again, so you can copy the format you have here, select it, and click on format painter here. Format painter is just used for us to copy a format from a content to another word to another content. So it's holding a brush, so you just have to select it. You see, it has applied the format. If you don't get it here, please try and get it. I'll do it again here. So the first thing I want to do is to bring out the value out equals to this value. So you see, you can see dollar is here, comma here, but we don't have it here. So I'll copy the format, select the content that have the format first. You click here. So we normally have format painter under, we have it in Microsoft PowerPoint, we have it in Excel, we have it in Power BI also. So just select it, so then a brush, and you see, I'll do the same thing for I have here too. Enter. Let's apply the format. I'll do the same thing here too, guys. Enter. So you see, now guys, after doing that, the next thing we're going to do from here now is to now bring our values, put it here. So you start from the total patient. So you select it this way. Don't select so that you have the as if you want to type inside. Just select by the edge here. Then you go to the formula bar here, press equals to, then you go to your report and link it, enter. You see it's there, the value is now there. So let's take our time to design this one first. Highlight it, double click, Control A to highlight it. Let's give it this blue color and let's bold it, and the alignment to be center. Okay, I think it's perfect. So that is what we want, guys. That is what we want. Now the next thing I'll do from here is I want an icon at the top of this. So I want to use insert, bring in like a circle shape. So you draw, so drag it here. So I want icon for total patient here. So this I have to format it. I'll use the same color here. So you come here again, you do what is it again? This is the color. Remove the outline, guys. No outline. Then you can apply shadow. So you see, now this, you now have to group everything so that we can copy and paste. So we want to duplicate it for the remaining 4. So what you're going to do from here, guys, is select the first one, hold on Control as you're selecting, select the total patient to select this. I think that's all. Now right click and you say group. So if I drag now, nothing is left out. Did you get? So now I'll just have to do Control D. Control D is for duplicate here. Control D again. Sorry. Control D. Control D. So you see what I have, right? So this is how it did, guys. But what I observe is that it's too. I need. Let me reduce it here first, so that I'll just duplicate it again. Delete this. Delete this. Delete this. The little space I have here, I want to add hospital image at the top here, so the space is small and I don't want to increase the, so I have to just economize. I have to economize this. Okay, perfect. So now this is what I'm going to duplicate now, guys. Control D. Control D, Control D. So the remaining space now I can have what? The hospital image. So what I'm just going to do now is I'll go and I have the pictures of all the icons. So but if you don't have the icons image, and you don't also have, let me guide you now to get the icons image. There's a site where we normally get the icons image, guys. So the site is called Flaticon. Let me connect to my internet. So we call it flaticon.com. So you can go to flaticon.com. So just type flatcon.com here. So flatcon.com is where we normally get vector icons and stickers. So I'll just guide you on how to do it in case you want to work on another project yourself. So flatcon.com will have a whole lot of vector icons and stickers here. So now while this one is still loading, guys, so let me quickly bring in my own image. So what I'm going to do from here is, since I have the image downloaded, I have it in my folder here. So I'll just come here. I want to insert the icon for total patient. I'll come here and say insert illustration, then I'll do pictures, then place. Just do place over cells, then you do this device. So once you do this device, it's gonna take it to your computer, and you select the icon. So I think I have it under healthcare projects. So you see, so I'm trying to bring in all the icons. I didn't complete demo. Let me go and bring them again. I only have 2 here. So you go back again. Let's bring all of them, all the icons, all the image you'll be needing here. Shape, place over cells, this device. So I need the total patient. So hold on control as you're selecting total billing amount, total patient, average length of stay, and average billing amount, and the hospital too. So I'll do insert. So you have all of them here. So let me quickly guide you on how to do the flaticon. So here you want to get this thing. I'll just type patient icon, and you do okay. So this flaticon, just search for patient icon. So we have it here. So you can choose anyone that best depict patient. Do you get? You can even add, you can even add total patient if it's gonna give you that total patient. So you see, he's saying we couldn't find, so that's why let's just leave it at patient. So if you don't get the one you want here, guys, you can just nest. You can nest, but I think this one is okay. So let's assume we're going to go for this. You just right click and you see save image as, save image as, or you can even try and copy. If you copy, then you can try and paste if it's gonna paste. You see, it's pasting. I think that method is even best. So that's how it works, guys. That's how we get it from Flaticon. Now the next thing we want to do from here, guys, is let's now insert these icons. So which one am I using for my total patient? So this is the one I'm using for my total patient here. So you see the one I named total patient. This is it here. So that is what I want to go and use now. So if it's big, you can reduce. Now I'll bring in the average amount billing. This is the one I use for average amount billing. Oh, sorry, we are yet to complete this. So after total patients, as we have it here in our report, I think the next one is total treatment costs. So we have to link it here also. So let's first of all change this thing first to total treatment cost. The size is small, so I have to expand it to accommodate it. And the next one is average treatment costs. Let's use AVG. Average treatment costs. And lastly, we have average length of stay, AVG. This one too. Average length of stay. So you can see that all have the same font size and font color. Now the next thing we're gonna do from here, guys, is let's change this one to, so you have to clean the value that is here, and you clean the formula. So here you just say equals to, and go and link that of total, what is it again, treatment costs. Okay, it's not showing, perhaps that's provided is too small, so let's expand and let's see. It's too much. So you can try and use this. If you want to use the same color and format, just select this one and try and do format painter. Let's see. So you see it's applying it to everything. So format painter is not advisable there. You just have to know what you have done here. So I think we use 11, font size 11, Control A, and bold it and change the color to this. I think that's what we did. Okay, average treatment cost too, you have to clean what is here, guys. Equals to, go here and bring in the average treatment cost. It's not also showing, right? Expand it, it will show. So this one too, bold, and this color. Okay, perfect. And lastly, equals to this. Also change the color. Oh, sorry, I didn't bold it. Okay, perfect. So you have to just fix the total treatment cost now. So total treatment costs, you have to fix the icons now. Total treatment cost, we use this money bag here. So if it's too big, I have to reduce it and ensure it's accommodated. Then the average, I think this is what we use, average treatment cost. And the length of stay, I use this. Okay, the hospital, so guys, we are getting there. Now the next thing, I want a pane here where I can navigate. If you look at the one I show you here, you can see. So I'll design something like that there too, and I have to come here and let me copy. Let me duplicate one here, and I'll just control, mistakenly I've saved it, Control X. Okay, to save. So let's duplicate this one, Control D. So you remove all this, just delete them, or you go and bring in a new, so you see, go and bring in a new note, a new text box. So extend it till you get to the end of the page. I think the length is too much. Oh, the length is not okay. Let's see, because we have like 9 questions we want to put anyway. So it's not best to overwhelm your stakeholders too much information. There's no crime in having another page dashboard. I mean, to put some here, and do you get? So let me come here. So the color I want to use for this one, since I want to maintain the same color with what I have here, you can copy the format. Just say format and put it here. If it's gonna work, but if it's not working, that means so it's working. So okay, perfect. Is there glow or shadow here? We didn't even apply shadow and glow here. Oh, pardon me. So let's go and do that. So you remove the outline here and the effect. Let's put shadow. Okay, perfect. And here too, we remove the outline and the shadow effect. Okay, perfect, guys. So now the main questions I also have to copy. I'll use this background. I think that's what I use. Yes, so I'll use this. You can duplicate this and dismantle it just like I did for so the first question, which is our trend, you can have it here. Go and look at how many questions are we looking at first. How many questions are we looking at? So let's go here. We have trend 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can do formation just like I did here. I think I did 3, 3, 3, right? So we can employ that too. Since we have 4 at the top here, we have 5. So we can do 3, 3, 3, guys. So 3, 3, 3. So we can call this place dashboard. Change the name. Right, so Ctrl D to duplicate, Ctrl D again, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. Okay, I think it's okay now, guys. So this can Ctrl D. So that's it. The minute space I want it to accommodate this, I have to just reduce it here. And we can duplicate this. The goal is to ensure they have the same size, but let's see. Okay, perfect. So you see we've designed the one in the middle. So hello guys, so this is what we have. Now let's go and do our visualization. So you come here. When you talk with trend, when you have to do with trend, anything that has to do with trend, we normally use what? Line chart. We don't just use any out chart in data visualization, guys. So you need to know when to use each of these charts. When do we use a line chart? We use line chart when you want to see trend. You want to see how your data is changing over time. Did you get? Or use area chart. If you're not using line chart, guys, use what? You use area charts. So now I have to come here, select this, then you go to pivot table, analyze at the top here. I want to visualize the first one, which is trend here. So you ensure you select it first. Pivot table, analyze, then you see pivot chart. Select the pivot chart, then you scroll down to look for line chart. Okay, this is a line chart here, so you do okay. So I have to do some formatting here. Make your chart simple as much as you can. I'll remove legend. We don't need legend here. I also remove this button feeds. Right click and say hide off feed button on chart. I also remove these grid lines. Remember, the goal is to make your chart simple as much as you can. Click on the plus, you see grid lines, uncheck the box. So now let's introduce a data label. Data label, you get to see the value on top of each word right here. So instead of we making use of the y-axis, so since we have this data label, we can just click on this one and delete it. So it's what we have. Now the title, what title can we give it? We can easily call it yearly trend. We can call it yearly trend. At the same time, we just, let's say yearly admission trend. I think that's best. So you click on title and say yearly admission trend. So you control X and take it to your dashboard. Control V. When you bring it here to come big, you have to reduce it because you have a space that you want to manage here. So you need to manage this piece of land very well. So you reduce it as much as you can, guys. And we want this, our chart, to rest on what? On this background that we already have here. So what I'm going to do from here is select it, and you see format. Then you go to shape fill, remove the background. Also, I like to remove the outline. No outline. Then I'll reduce the font size. The font size of what? Of the title. Go to home. Let's give it 10. Then you can bold it and maintain the same blue color we've been using for others. So you see, now this also our data label too. We can change the color here, the font color. We can also change the color of this x-axis. So we are using the same color, but let us reduce the font to maybe 8, and this one too to also what? 8. Then we can bold them. Let's also bold the data label. The line itself, let's change the color. To change the color of the line, guys, you do it under format, then you do shape fill. Instead, line is under outline, so you click on shape outline and choose any color you like to use from there. Shape outline. So I would like to use this blue. Oh, my bad. Select the line first, please, before you go and change it. Shape outline. So that's what I want. So you can see the trend. Now you can see that it's fluctuating. It's not it's fluctuating, and we have the peak here in the year 2021. That's the peak here. Oh, sorry, that's the 2020 is the peak here. 2020 is the peak here. That's why we have the highest, and we have the least in 2024. So that's the trend, guys. That's the trend. Now the next thing we are going to do from here, guys, is we pick in another question. So let's pick hospital next. You go to hospital. Where do we answer hospital? Select it. So hospital, you can see that we have different hospitals. So we use for comparison, we normally use bar chart or column chart. So I'll use bar chart. So you come here and say pivot table, then you go for bar charts. So to come here, I have to start doing the same thing. Remove the legend, hide off field from button, remove the grid lines, uncheck it. I also like to apply the data label. Then I'll sort. To sort, guys, select any bar here and do sort, do smallest to largest, so that I had to come first. So if you do largest to smallest, it's going to do it the other way around. Do you get? So now you also do the name. What name can we give this? Remember, it is top 5 analysis that we have there. So you have to do top 5 hospitals with most patients. Top 5 hospitals with most patients. Top 5 hospitals. Let's do with most patients. So Control X again, guys, cut it. Where should we have that? The space we provided for this hospital, let's see. If it's too small, we can just adjust it. But oh, let's remove the axis. So this one too, so you can just select the yearly admission trend title here and go and use your format painter. Click it here. You can see it's well formatted now. So the next thing I have to do, let me reduce the size of this one. So now, guys, I'll have to go and remove the shape fill. I'll also remove the outline, no outline. Then I'll copy format for this one too. You can just select this and do format painter, ensure you select it and go and do format painter, paste it here. Format painter for this one to apply font. Okay, perfect. Okay, the data label for this one, data label for this one and that of the hospital, they must be the same font. Okay, I think we're getting there, guys. Which one again? Let me reduce this one. Oh, it's too small. Okay, it's okay now. So this bar, to select them, you can give them different color or you maintain the same color. So I would like to make use of this shade of blue. So now the next question, guys, what should we have next there? Let's go here and go and check. We can have doctor's analysis next. So I have to come here, doctor, select doctor, and go and do. So this is comparison too. So you use what? You use let's use bar chart also. So you have to do this and remove the legend also, guys, and hide all field from settings. Remove the grid lines. Title, top 5 doctor with most patients too. So let me Control X this one and take it to dashboard, put it here. Top 5 hospital with most patients. So change the title. Top 5 hospitals with most patients. So let me copy what I have here, or just edit instead of typing. Top 5 hospitals, top 5 doctors this time. So let's do format painter for the title. Perfect. Format painter for data label. Let's apply it. Data labels. Remove the x-axis. So the color too, we can, let's reduce the size first so that it will accommodate it. Ensure you are doing the right thing. Sorry, Ctrl Z. If you are doing the wrong thing, just press Ctrl Z. So I have to go back to normal. Okay, perfect, guys. And let's sort. To sort, come here and do right click. Let's do smallest to largest. So I'm coming, let me try and do something. I don't know why. You can see that the gap here, so you can take this one up. Try and the gap is too much. Can increase it, and that's what I'm trying to do. To increase this, and I think it's perfect. This so the color, guys, the color, what color are we gonna use? Let's maintain the same color. So I have to come here and go and do format. When I get format, I have to do shape fill again. No fill, then no outline, then okay, let me do the data label format painter. Now the color for this, I have to use this color, format, shape fill, Let me plug my device, guys. Okay. Now, I think this color is okay. Okay, perfect. Now you go again and what can we next question, let's do by medical condition. Where's medical condition? Here, select it. Remember how to visualize. Select it first, pivot table, analyze, then you do pivot chart. Let's use bar chart, then you do okay. Remember, remove the legend, right click to remove the fill buttons. What about the grid lines? Remove them. Remove this one, then you bring in data labels, right? Title, what should we call it? Patient by medical conditions, right? I think that's okay. Let's do patient by medical conditions. Patient, let's call it patient by medical conditions. Okay, you go again, Control X, oh sorry, let me go and Control X again, Control V, click here. Let's copy the format. Okay, for the data label 2, I'll copy the formats. I'll copy the format. Okay, perfect. And I'll reduce the size. Now go and do format, guys. Shape fill, no fill. No fill is used to remove background. No outline, remove the outline. Then I want to use the same color format. Shape fill for the bar. Select the bar first. You now do this color that we're using. Then let's sort. Right click on any bar and do sort. Smallest, largest. So see what we have, guys. We've answered that also. So what other questions? Let's go and do that of gender this time. Let's go and do that of gender. Gender, select gender. This time around, let us use want to get proportion of male and female, so let's do proportion. Use pivot chart, use a donut chart. Let's use donut chart. Then you do okay. Control X, Control V. It will come big. Remember, you have to reduce the size, so ensure it accommodates over here. So don't worry, by the time you remove all those things that are unnecessary here, it will be big. So the first thing I want to remove is this. This is becoming bigger. So this one too, we call it patient by gender. Use format painter. Even for the legend, let's use this. Let's maintain the same. Okay, perfect. So this one now, you can come here and go and bring in the data labels for this one too. Click on the arrow, you see show, or you click on more. I want to use percentage, go back again, and you data label, you show more options, then you go for percentage. Percentage. So you can drag this one out, or if you want the three of them at the same time, you can just include category name. You select the two of them first so that then you can go back and do category name. That's also allowed. What is it? More option, then you do category name. So you see, so when you use category name now, you have to remove the legend. So you see, then you can take this out, then you can extend it. Let's use this font size for the two of them. So you see, I think it's okay now, right? Take it out, you can extend it. Perfect. So now the color, guys, when you select once, it's gonna select the two of them. So if you apply a color now, you apply color for the two of them, which is wrong. So what we're gonna do is select again to select only that of what the male, and you go and change the color. If you don't like that color, shape fill, you have to do, let me use blue for male and red for female. Select this. That selected it, so shape fill. So you see what I have now, guys. Patient by gender. Now what is missing here? Remove the fill, no fill, and no outline from the shape, from the chart itself. Now after doing that, the slices also have outline. With this white that is surrounding it is outline. So select it and go and do no outline. Perfect. So now, guys, the next thing I want to do here is to go and bring in other questions that I have there. Go and visualize. Let's do insurance provider next. So you come here again and do insurance provider, select it, and insurance provider. What is it again? Visual table analyze. So let's use a bar. Okay. Remove this one as usual. Hide or fill button from chart. Remove the grid lines and Control X. You have it pasted. Close this. Remove this. We don't need this x-axis because we're gonna use what? We're gonna use the data label. Let's sort. Change it the other way around, highest to lowest. So this one will be patient by insurance provider. So let's copy the format here, copy the format from the title here and drop it here, copy the format here and also apply it here, guys. Ensure you select it first, and for data label to copy here, and oh my god, I didn't select it. So it's what we have, guys. We're getting there. Now this color, we also want to maintain the same color, then remove the shape fill and also remove the outline. So you see, guys, now we have 3 more questions left, so I have to go again and we do let's do admission type. We haven't attended to admission type. Admission type 2, let's use proportion. Let's use donut chart. So under pie, okay, Control X, go to your dashboard, have it pasted. It will come big, resize it, remove the grid line, remove the button buttons on chart, and call this one patient by admission type. So what we have to do here is select, oh, this one is wrong, medical is not medical. So you select this, let's copy the format, let's remove the shape fill, let's also remove the outline, from the chart too, from the slices. Perfect. Let's maintain this style, select this chart here, and let's copy the format, and let's see if it's going to at least help us change some things. Oh, mistake. Select, oh my god, I think I've done something wrong, sorry. This chart, yeah, let's copy what we have here and let's paste it here. It's not changing anything, but we can copy the title. Okay, we can try this too for this. Okay, perfect. So let's go and remove we want to remove the shape fill, also the outline. This slice is also having an outline. Remove it, no outline. So it's perfect now. So if you want to change the color, or let's maintain the same thing. So select here plus and go and do data label, do more options, guys, so that I can check category name and also check percentage. So if you have that, you remove the legend, delete it. So now take all these ones out. You can even copy the format here to make it very fast and easy for us. Personally, I'm an advocate of laziness. I like doing things the easiest way, guys. So just copy format, since you want to maintain the same font size, and so you can take these guys out because it's resting too much on. And you can change the color if you want to change the color, guys. The color, green is there, blue is there. Let me change this one to like red. Format, shape fill, then I'll do red. Ensure you select it first. Okay, this shade of blue too. Once you select the slides, you can see it's capturing all of them. If you go and change the color now, it will affect. So what I'm gonna do from here, guys, is very simple. You select it one more time, so that to select only the elective. So go and change the color from here. You can make it big, so that to have the same size with what we have here. So guys, let's go and bring in another chart. The chart, okay, let's bring in age group, then lastly blood type. Where's age group? Since it's comparison, remember we're gonna use what? Use bar chart, or but this time around let us use a bar chart. Then for it, we can use bar charts. Let's use bar charts, or we can use even column chart. We can use column chart, either of the two. Control X. Okay, I didn't do it well. Remove these two, since we're going to use the data label. remove the grid line, uncheck it, remove the button by right clicking, then call this one patient by age group. Control X. Remember, you have to remove the shape fill, also remove the outline, reduce this, reduce the size of the title, make sure it's space provided. Okay, now copy the format, also copy the format. Now change the color. So you see, and lastly we want to go and do patient by blood type. So you right click again, and this time around guys I want to use a column chart. So you come here and just use a cluster column chart. Remove all those things we normally remove, the buttons, the grid lines, you uncheck it, Control X to cut it and have it pasted here. To come big, you have to resize this to accommodate the space provided. Close this area here. Remove the click on it and delete it. That's the y-axis, because we are going to use the data label. Bring in the data label. Oh, sorry, not the data table, data label. You can reduce the size. Use this font size. You can take one out so that that's everything we know back together. Okay, and we call this one what do we call it? Call it patient by blood type. Select the the title, and you do format painter. Perfect. Take it to the top. Perfect. Remove the normally remove the fill, remove the outline. Then let's copy format for the copy here the format and apply it to the x-axis here, and the chart we want to use okay, perfect. So guys, we've answered all the questions and we've also visualized. So we want to add like a navigation bar, and also let's add a slicer. Slicer is used to filter your data visually, so you can add as many slicer as you can, and but I want to only use slicer for gender. So I have to come here, select any chart here first, and come here and do insert pivot table, analyze. You see insert slicer. So you see you can apply slicer for any of them, but I want to use slicer for gender. I want to filter only gender. And what does that mean? If I select female now, all the analysis should only give for female with respect to the admission trend, with respect to the hospitals, how many patients do we have in hospital. So it's gonna reflect everything for only female. So but we've selected the slicer, right? So now there's something we call report connection. If you don't connect the slicer to each of the charts, it won't work. So how do you do that? But I don't want it to work for gender. If you don't want it to work for gender, whenever you select, the gender should just remain static. You can disconnect it. So however, to connect everything, you right click at the top here on the gender name here, and you see report connections. You check all the pivot table. This is the first pivot table, second pivot table, third pivot table, fourth pivot table, fifth pivot table. So you check everything. But if you don't want it to work for any of the charts, you won't check in the box. Yeah, so just check. So let's make it work for everything. Then you do OK. So that means if I click on female now, guys, let's test our slicer. Remember, it's used to filter data visually. So when I click on female now, it's going to show you total patient from female, total treatment cost. As you can see, when you click on male too, you can see that it's responsive. So that's how we use slicer. So let me reduce it, and let me take it here. But I don't like that color. The color of the slicer, you can, so to cancel the filter, you just click on this filter. You see, let me do it again. I've selected female, right? Everything is showing analysis for only female. So you just cancel it here. Now to set your slicer, you can come here, slicer, and you can change to other ones here. But I don't want any. I want to design my own, so I have to come here and say, click on this arrow and say new slicer style. Then you click on all slicer formats. So now font, let's leave the font the way it is. My own concern is the fill. The fill, I want which color should we use for the fill, guys? Which color? Okay, let's use this blue color and let's see how it's gonna come out. No, let's use this color or this. Or let's even maintain the same color with what we have there. Okay, let's use this one. Now that's the fill. The border, let's use this thick one and outline. Select this one and go click on outline, so that and let's go and see how it works first before we come back and say okay. Then you can see the preview. This is gonna come out. So if you do okay again, now you can select it. So you see, this is how it's gonna come out. Is it looking nice? I don't think it's looking nice. I don't really like it. So let's use white. I think it's okay. The border is okay. The border is okay, guys. Or what do you think? We should use white font, right? Let's go and change the font color. So you select it again, and you do slicer, and you right click and you do modify all slicer format, and from here you can go to the font color, and you do, instead of automatic, we can use any other color we like from there. Which color should we go for? Let's go for this blue, and let's see. Okay, I think it's okay this way, guys. So that's the slicer. And then the next thing we are going to do from here, guys, is the brief. So if you see the one I did here, I designed in such a way that I have everything here, the brief. So let's bring a shape for the brief. You right click and you do illustration. Let's use a shape. Draw a shape here for the brief. The business problem will answer, so that when they click here, it will take them to business answer we answered. Business questions we answer. So so let's change the color for the brief. So you see what we have. Let's remove the outline. You do no outline, but instead we're going to apply let's apply the shadow, and we are going to use this same color. I think using this same color will make sense. Let's use this same color that we have here. So you can just select it and do format painter, then you select this. I think it's okay this way. So now, guys, what we're gonna do now is we'll call this one brief. We call it brief. So you see, then you take it to the center. I think it's okay that way. Then we can duplicate it for data set. So when they click, they can easily see the data set. See, so you will have here. So here I'll call this one data set, right? data sets, data sets, data sets, right? So the next one is insights. We want to do for insights too, guys. Control C, Control D, then you call this one insight, so that when they also click here, from here you can take them to where you have an insight. So what I'm trying to say is that we're gonna have new sheets for brief, another sheet for insight, another sheet for what, for the data set. So now, guys, the purpose of this dashboard, if you look at what I designed here, I also introduce the purpose of the dashboard. You see, the brief, the business problem I answered, the data set, the reports, the dashboard itself, and the insight and recommendation. Do you get? So now that is what I want us to also do here, guys. So sorry, this color I don't like it. Let's go and change the color to a nice color, just like the one I have here. Let's go and change the color of our slicer. So now I'll come here and slicer setting, I have to modify it. Then I will do O slicer format. Then let's use, for the fill, let's use that color pattern. Okay, let's use this background. Then go to the font and let's use white fonts, I think. Then see the output, see the preview. Now they just do OK, and I think this is okay. This is okay. Now the purpose of this dashboard, just like I have here. So I have to do insert, and I'll do text box. See text box here. So now I'll remove. I'll use this background color, shape fill. Then I'll do the background color. So you see what we have here, guys. Now instead of me typing, permit me to just copy what I have here. I want to copy what I have here. Control V. So I'll use white color. So you can see that the purpose of this dashboard is to provide let's change the font color to like font size to 9. Okay, so it's okay. Purpose of this dashboard is to provide executive. This will provide executive with a high-level overview of patient admissions, billing, and healthcare trends to support data-driven decisions and improve hospital performance. So now you see that I have an icon. If you like, you can put an icon beside the brief here. So let's open a new sheet and let's call this one the brief. That's a business problem. Another one for the, okay, we have the data set already. So insights. Do you get? So now rearrange it this way. Brief should come first, followed by the report, the analysis. You can call this one analysis, and followed by the dashboard and the insights. So now we can copy this circle that we have, select it, not the shape inside the circle that you want to select. So you need to take your time, or you design a new one. Just a Control C. So Control D will duplicate it, like I said, so you can have it here and maintain the same color. Another one, Control D, and you serve them one by one. So this is icon for the brief. So you have to go and download your icons from Flaticon. Remember, I have my own here, so I have to bring them in from this device. So I'll bring that up, brief, control, data set, LinkedIn, and let me bring insight 2 on purpose. Then you do insert. So all of them are here. So this one is for the data set. If it's big, you have to reduce it. This is the brief. This is the insight. And this is one I use for purpose. So you can type purpose at the top. I mean, what I mean is that you can copy this. Let's increase this. Ctrl D to duplicate it. Purpose. So you see, now you may want to do design by Ridwan that I have here, reports by Ridwan for your LinkedIn. You can duplicate this one also. But it's not mandatory anyway. So maybe you want to share this dashboard and you want them to click on the link. If they click on the link, they can contact you in your LinkedIn. Reports by Ridwan. So your LinkedIn. So that means you have to go online. So to link it, guys, this is what you're gonna do. You right click. Maybe I want to link this now so that when they click it will take them to the brief. I'll click here and I'll say link. Then existing file or web page, yes. You click on place in this document. So brief, then you click on brief here. Okay. To link this data set to, you come here and say link. Place in this document, data set, right? Let's use the healthcare data set, the first one. Okay. Insight to link. The insight you're able to get from there. You put. As for your LinkedIn, you have to go online first, guys, and get your LinkedIn. You need to get your LinkedIn. Get your LinkedIn page account for you to do that. So while that is loading, so come back here. So guys, I think you've learned how to design healthcare report using Microsoft Excel. So please try and subscribe. I promise to upload more and more projects. So we still have to redesign this using Power BI, and we are going to add more questions and more pages of dashboard. Then we also do some advanced analysis. So let me guide you on how to link this. So on your LinkedIn, you can easily go to your profile and bring in your LinkedIn icon here, account here. Then you go to Excel. When you get here, you go to your LinkedIn icon, so that when anybody that click on this, so you just have to right click and you click on link. So existing file web page, so you drop the address here, then you do OK. So if I come here now and see, once I click on it, it will take you to my LinkedIn. So this is how we usually build a dashboard on Microsoft Excel. So please try and subscribe for more. So in the next, I'll also guide you on how to upload this on your GitHub and also build a portfolio website. Thank you. See you in the next project.